Good evening, world. It is 7:15 in the evening. I just finished my video. I hope you guys enjoyed my last video. So the good news today, for my second video, I'll be pumping out a longer video today. Today I can make an hour and 30-minute video for you guys for my second video because I have enough time. By the time I'm done, my video will be like 7:50 around there, about 8 o'clock. Sorry, it'll be about 9 o'clock. About 8:50 around there, 8:55, 9 o'clock by the time I'm done this video. And I'll have enough time to get my beer and my smokes. Go to the store, get my beer and my smokes, and I'll come back, watch some Brad the Query. And I'll probably watch my videos and enjoy the show. I hope you guys enjoyed my last video, where I talked about Sky Source, me and Luigi's personal life, my script developers. I talk about my top candidates. You have Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, Rian Johnson, J.J. Abrams. You know what I'm saying? You have James Gunn, you have Zack Snyder, you have the Russo brothers are good too. You have Michael Bay, you have Christopher Nolan. Those are all good candidates to work for my company, obviously. And whoever's chosen, they'll be the boss of me and VJ Skysur's company. They're going to be the boss of my company. Those two. Obviously, they're going to be the boss of my company. And I only want script developers who worked in Hollywood. If you're someone who executive produced C-list movies and you wrote C-list movies, you're out. I'm only hiring Hollywood people. As if you want to have your company be the best, you have to hire the best of the best. Hence why I'm only hiring Hollywood people. C-listers are out. I know all you guys in Darcy would love to work for me, but sorry guys, Darcy, all you Darcy guys are out. You can't work for me as the C-list people are out. I'm only hiring Hollywood people. My 7 team have to have exclusively worked in Hollywood for the big 5. I'm gonna narrow it down to the big 5. Television people are out, man. I'm not hiring television people. No, only the people who work for the big 5. That way it narrows it down, and me and VJ don't have to look at much resumes. Me and VJ will probably only look at like 300 resumes for the 7 team, and that's it. Easy look at all that in a good month. Finish looking at all the resumes. It's not that much work for me and VJ. It's not that much work. You see what I'm saying? It's not that much work. That's why what? Yeah. That's why we're looking at something crazy for the resumes for the fucking script developers, as well as the other 5: the secretaries, lawyer, head of production, accountant. You're looking at something crazy for the what? For the resumes. There are a lot of people going to be sending in the resumes in Hollywood for that job. They all, especially the script position. Everyone wants that job, man. I know if I get that co-executive producing job for Ivan's company, I'm going to be the boss of his company. I'm going to get paid my nice, like, fat bonus before each movie. Yeah, and I get all these nice perks, my rich salary. Yeah. That's why guys like Zack Snyder, James Gunn, Ryan Coogler, J.J. Abrams, Rian Johnson, they're all going to send their resumes. Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni guarantee you're going to send their resumes. Because by then, their contract should be up. My guess is Jon Favreau signed out on a six-year contract or something like that for Mandalorian. By the time I start Sky, his contract will most likely be up around that time. It just depends on their contract. It also depends on their contracts, too. If these guys are contracted for other movies and all stuff, they can't work for my company, obviously. So it just depends, obviously. That's why some of these guys might not even be available. Because by the time I start Sky Source, they might have signed a contract to do a movie. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Jon Favreau. But by the time I start Sky Source, I don't know, 2025, The Mandalorian will be on like season 6, season 7. It'll be near the end. Because my guess, Mandalorian will probably only have like 6, 7 seasons. And after 7 seasons, they're probably going to end Mandalorian. So by the time I start Sky Source, Mandalorian perhaps could be ending. It'll be on season 6, season 7, Mandalorian. By the time I start Sky Source, and by then the show might be ending. Might be close to end. Might be close to an end. Obviously, but Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni should be available by the time I start Sky Source. I don't know. 2025 I start Sky Source. 2025 is the year. I don't know. Should be the year I plan Sky Source with George Lucas. Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni should be sending in the resumes most likely. They should be available. But they might be contracted, you see what I'm saying? But they should be available. All the other guys might be contracted too. but they should be available for the script position. See what I'm saying here? Yeah. I'm drinking water. My throat's very dry. If I sound weird. Yeah. Hence why what? Yeah, man. Hence why you're looking at something crazy for the resumes. So you're looking at something crazy for the photographers, the web designer, the graphic designers. You know what I'm saying? You're looking at something crazy too. A lot of people in Hollywood are going to send in their resumes for the photographers. All the photographers who work for the big magazine companies are all going to send in their resumes. There's something crazy. I don't know, like 40 resumes. You see like 30. Me and VJ see 30 resumes. You look at the resumes. The web designers, you're going to look at quite a few web designers sending in their resumes, and the graphic designers who worked in Hollywood. Only graphic designers who work for the big five, who edited movie posters, billboards, all that stuff for the red carpet, hire those graphic designers, the best of the best, to work for your company. Pay them a nice $24,000, which is nice. $25,000, which is nice. They get their $12,500 bonus before they start work, and then $12,500 after the movie project's finished, after production. That's a good deal. And you hire the best web designer who work for the big five too. Hire one who coded like the website for Disney and all those companies. Disney, Warner Bros., Netflix. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm going to tell the web designer, hey man, code a website just as good as Netflix or better. Tell him that, and he codes an amazing website for your SkySuicide.net company. Yeah, nice website. You have the main page, you have the news, you have the doc, you have the trailers, you have the red carpet, you have the contact info. Yeah, something top notch. Yeah. So the movies will be released on the main page. You'll have this ad, buy the box set series here, and you get this like Amazon ad. You just click on it and it takes you to the Amazon link, the Amazon website, and that's where you guys will purchase the movies. Same thing for the merch. Buy the merch here, you click this ad, and it takes you to Amazon. You can do something like that for my website. And that's where you guys will buy. And I'll sell the merch as a bundle. I'm not going to sell it individually, no. I'll just sell the whole merch as a bundle. That way you guys get the whole package. You get the 6 posters. You get the nice 6 posters, and you get the nice mugs. Sell it for a good like $100, $120. Depends on the cost, obviously. The cost is like $40 to make all that. $30, sell it for a good like $120. That's good. That's good enough. $20 to make it. To make 6 posters probably costs a good like $30, man. And you price it for a good like $30. That's good enough. $130, $140. It's gonna be pricey, the merch, but it's affordable. $140 is affordable for most people around the world. If you're making 50, 60, 40, 70K a year, you can afford $140. It's not a big cut on your budget. You know what I'm saying? Because most people around the world who make like 50, 60, 70, $80,000 a year, they all have a good like $300, $400, $500, $600, $700 to spare after they pay their bills. After you pay your car bills, your internet, your phone bill, your gas, your food, your mortgage, obviously your internet bills, obviously most people have a good like $300, $400 for themselves to spend around there. If you're making like, depends what kind of house, if you're making like 50, 40K a year, I don't know, if you're making 35K a year, you live in an apartment, chances are you have a couple $100 for yourself after each paycheck. A nice $300 to spend for yourself, which is not bad. You can do some good things with $300. So most people have enough money to spare to pay $140. My series, my box set, I'll sell it for a good like $160, $159.99. That way it's affordable for you guys, and it's not too expensive. That way it's affordable. It's affordable for you guys, and it's not too expensive. That's why I'm going to what? I'm going to sell my series. Depends on the cost. Cost is like $30, $35 for what? For the 6 Blu-ray, for the 6 4K Blu-ray discs, and another like $4 for the 4K Blu-ray case covers. Sell it for good like $159.99. That way you guys, it's affordable for you guys, obviously. And if it's what? If it's like $40, $50, I'll sell it for more. I'll sell it for like 170, 180, 190, 200. If it's like $60 cost, I'm selling it for $200. The way I make a nice profit, 199. I'm not going any higher than 200 for Zanus. That's expensive enough. But chances are it only costs like $30 for the 4K Blu-ray box set. 35 bucks for the 4K Blu-ray disc, and the 4K Blu-ray case cover. It only costs like $35. Price it for good $159.99, which is $160. That's a nice paycheck. It's a nice paycheck for me, my wife, and Amazon, and it's reasonable for you guys. It's not too expensive, as I'm not going over 200 for Zanus. Anything over 200 is a bit too expensive. But chances are I'll price it for like $159.99, $160. That's affordable. Ivan, that's good enough. Yeah, that's a good deal for you guys. That's a good deal for you guys. $159.99 for my Zanus box set, and the Great Escape will only have one disc. Well, if it has two discs, I'll price it for more. I'll price it for like 100 something. I don't know, 120 if it's two discs. If it's one disc, I'll price it for $90. The Great Escape movie. $90 is good. Because it only costs like what, for one disc will cost like what, $10. It'll cost like, I don't know, $15, $14 cost for the 4K case cover. Yeah, price it for $90. You'll make a nice profit for yourself. All my other movies after Zanus, I'll price it for $90 for a movie. That's a good deal for you guys. And then Zanus will be $159.99. $160. Get it only on 4K Blu-ray, only on Amazon, $159.99. You know, then you see the price, $159.99, only on Amazon. Get it only on 4K Blu-ray, only on Amazon. The trailer, you see the box set. Holy shit, Ivan's company is better than Hollywood. Yeah, my company's top notch. My company will be better than Hollywood, man. Better than Hollywood, yeah, man. I'm going to own a top high-end company myself. I'm going to own a top high-end company for myself. My company will be better than Hollywood. You see what I'm saying here? It will be better than Hollywood. Yeah. It'll be better than Hollywood, see what I'm saying here? I'm going to own a top high-end company. It'll be better than Hollywood, yeah. 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 That's how top-notch my Skysource company is. Yeah, man. I'm going to own a top high-end company. I'm going to own a top-notch company. See what I'm saying here? Yeah, man. I'm going to own a top high-end company. That's why all the Hollywood actors in Hollywood are going to want to so badly want to work for me and VJ. You look at something crazy. They're going to want to work for me and VJ so badly. You look at something crazy, man. Really, Ivan? Yeah, man. You're looking at something crazy for the Hollywood actors. They're all going to want to work for me so bad because my company is better than Hollywood. Yeah, man. They know. Yeah, we know. Once the actors in Hollywood see my doc, they see my doc and all stuff. They see the documentary, obviously, and they see the behind the scenes of Skysource and all stuff. They're gonna be like, holy shit! I don't know, me, Peter Jackson, going to Toro, and VJ. We do the concert arts in our nice concert art room. You know what I'm saying? And then we you know what I'm saying? We were working in our nice office, our nice luxury office. Like, holy shit! Ivan's company is better than Hollywood. You see the technology of Zanus. You see Peter Jackson, he's bragging about the technology of Zanus. Yeah, here's our CGI technology equipment. You see Peter Jackson bragging, like, yeah, well, Ivan put like $450 million worth of special effects, better than you, Lord of the Rings. And Matrix technology, yeah, Avatar technology. He's going to brag about the cameras. Here are the nice 10 IMAX cameras. I remember he did that for The Hobbit. He talked about the kind of cameras he had. They had like these 3D cameras for The Hobbit. You're going to see Peter Jackson bragging, yeah, here's a nice 10 IMAX cameras, the best IMAX cameras in the business. I'm not getting 3D cameras. No, I don't want Zanus filmed in 3D. No. Just Just have it released on 4K Blu-ray, but I want to release the best IMAX cameras in the business. I want to get the best. I want to get the best IMAX cameras in the business. You see what I'm saying? You're going to see Peter Jackson bragging or Mel Gibson. Here's a nice IMAX cameras I rented. Here's a nice drones. He shows the drones. Yeah, here's the best drones in the business. For the high shots. I at least a good like 3 drones for the movie. It's good enough. In Lord of the Rings, they used a helicopter to film. Remember that scene when what in the beginning when the beginning of Two Towers when Aragorn, Gimli, and Legolas were what? Were following the orcs who captured Merry and all them. He shows them running. Remember when you got that high shot footage? You got the sunset. Yeah, they filmed that on a helicopter. I saw it behind the scenes. They filmed it on a helicopter. Nowadays, you don't need helicopters. You have drones. Whereas back then, they didn't have... The technology was not as good back then. Hence why back then, you had helicopters filming, you know what I'm saying, Viggo Mortensen, Orlando Bloom, and what? And John Wright Davis, whatever his name is. I forget his name. They had him filming those guys. Well, now... With what? Now, because technology is at its peak, you can get what? You can get the best drones in the business to shoot high shots. Yeah, Ivan, Peter Jackson, yeah, we don't need to rent a helicopter. We can just use drones now. Technology has gotten better since the days of Lord of the Rings, Ivan. Yes, technology has gotten much better since the early 2000s. Looking, it's 2 decades later, technology has gotten a lot better in 22 years. Whereas back then, 2000s technology was good, obviously, but it wasn't as good as now, as the technology now. You see a huge difference when you compare the technology now to back then. That's why I look at something unheard of for Zanus. Yeah, man. You're going to see Peter Jackson goes and bragging about the cameras. We rented the best IMAX cameras. You might see Peter Jackson behind the scenes. He talks about what? He talks about what? The IMAX cameras that he rented, obviously. You know, something top notch. Yeah, man. He's gonna brag. Obviously, he's gonna definitely brag about the CGI technology equipment. Here's our CGI. He goes in the special effects room. Here's our CGI technology. You're gonna see the VFX artists, the editors, all happy and bragging because they have an unlimited budget. Yeah. Here's our CGI technology computer software. Where we're gonna add in all the special effects. You're gonna see the VFX artists. Yeah, we're gonna do this for the Eagles. We're gonna do this for the Crows. Yeah, Ivan pretty much gave us an unlimited budget. We can do whatever we want, man. We can put all this money towards the Crows, towards the Eagles to make them look real. The mosquitoes, the jaguars, yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? The wolves, the bats, the action sequences, and the world building. They're putting all this special effects towards the movie. You know, Ivan gave us so much money, man. You're looking at unheard of technology. Yeah, you're gonna see. Yeah, this is pretty much a revolutionization technology. No Hollywood movie has ever put this much money towards special effects before. Guarantee the special effects team are gonna say something like that. Yeah, this is a revolutionization technology, even better than Avatar, more advanced than Avatar. Yeah, something more high-tech than Avatar for the technology of Zanus, man. For Avatar, they probably only put, I don't know, 60 million, 70 million towards that world of Pandora. Hence why for Avatar, they hired they hired what? They hired cheaper actors because they poured so much money towards the, You notice when you watch Avatar, there were no big stars in that movie. They were all like nobody actors. None of the actors in the movie were big. And that's why they hired cheaper actors because for Avatar they poured so much money towards the special effects they couldn't afford to hire big stars. Hence why they had to hire cheaper actors and pay them shittier money, like $250,000, $300,000 for the role, $400K for the role. Yeah, man. Because Avatar what? Avatar they had cheaper actors. See what I'm saying? For Avatar, they probably only put, I don't know, 180, 90, probably like 80 million towards special effects, CGI technology to that movie. And you got a world like that. I'm putting 400 million towards special effects. And that does not include the set building, too. I'm building unheard of sets. Hence why my world will look something amazing, man. You're looking at something unheard of for my world of Zanus, man. Something crazy. Yeah, man. That's why Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni will be shocked by my technology. Because I saw the behind the scenes of Mandalorian. Mandalorian has some high-tech technology, man. They have a thing where they shoot in real time. They have this background, they shoot in real time and all stuff. You guys know what I'm talking about. Watch the Mandalorian behind the scenes documentary. You see what I'm saying? If you think that technology is nice, know how you see all the screens, you see them shooting the cameras in real time with Mandalorian. They only put $100 million towards Mandalorian. I'm putting $980 million towards Zanus. Think something better than even what you get from Mandalorian. Yeah, man. That's why Jon Favreau and Influence will be shocked by the technology. Holy shit, Ivan, this is unheard of for the set building. I build like a 0.5, 1 acre city. Before I said 8 acres for Zanus, that's crazy. No, that's way too big. For Zanus, I can make it a good 1.5 acres. To save money, make it smaller. Make Zanus a good 1.5 acres big. You can have Cyrus be 0.4 acres, 0.5. The Forest of Lath, you can make it 0.8. The Mountain of Gilead, you can make it an acre. You know what I'm saying? The ancient Gilead city, you can build it have it be like an acre wide. That way you can fit 5,000 people in there. Yeah, something unheard of for the set building. And you apply the special effects towards the set building, and then your world looks amazing. Something better than Avatar, better than Lord of the Rings. Yes, remember the world of Middle Earth and Fellowship of the Ring? You know how Moria, you got that beautiful scene with Moria? Well, think something better than that for the ancient Gilead city. Something better technology than that. Better than even what you got from Moria and Fellowship of the Ring. You know what I'm saying? You know how you had Rivendell? Well, think something better than Rivendell for Zanus. A beautiful city. Think something better than Isengard for Barak, where the wolves live. The wolves of Rak live. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Think something crazy like that, man. That's why Peter Jackson and Mel Gibson are gonna die. They're dying to get their hands on my story. Because once they read my book, they're never gonna be the same. Once they read my book, they're gonna be like, holy shit, Ivan wrote a masterpiece, man. This is the best story ever told in motion picture. Yeah, man. It's the best story ever told in motion picture, man. Hence why they're gonna want to get their hands on my story so bad. They're gonna want to direct my movie so bad because I want to direct this movie. The Aratas, the king of the south, the devil king in the south, the animal kingdom in the south. You have Ephesus, the king devil bat of the mountains. Ephesus, I'm saying the king bat of the mountains. Yeah. So if I keep saying this, the moment you cross the south, the north from the south, you're in the north from the south. The bloodline from the north, you're now in the south. And the moment you're in the south, my idea is you have this mist, and you're now in a different atmosphere, and you're in the south. And when the moment you step foot in the south, you are in what? You are in wolf territory. You are in Aratat's territory. Aratat is the king of the south. You also have the wild crows and wild ravens who can kill you. They don't kill the humans all the time, but they could kill you. That's my point. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a scene when Cassius and them, I almost spoke so for you in Volume 1, when they enter the Blood Valley, they cross the Blood Valley. They hear the crows, the wild crows and ravens, right? Crows in the south. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but the crows did not attack them because there were 50 trained men. You know what I'm saying? But the crows and wild ravens don't kill you all the time. No, but they can kill you. That's my point. They can attack you. They can kill you. You see what I'm saying? The moment you cross the south, the north from the Blood Valley to the south, you are now in Aratat's territory, and he is the king of that region. That's why I look at a map that I wrote, man. Yeah. Imagine the Planet of the Big, and you have like the north, you have this valley, and when you cross, you have this. When you cross the Blood Valley to the south, you have this mist. And the moment you pass that mist, you're now in the south, and you're in Aratat's territory. And Aratat's the devil wolf king in the south. You're in the animal kingdom, pretty much. You're in the animal kingdom. The Southerns, the Syrians and the Safians pretty much live in the animal kingdom. They have their own rules, their own laws, their own lands, but they live in the animal region, the animal kingdom, right? And Aratat lives in Barak, and he is the king of the south. Everyone knows he's the king of the south. Even what? Ephesus knows Aratat's the king of the south. You know what I'm saying? The Southerns, the Syrians and the Safians, they all know Aratat's the king of the south. They know he's the king. They call him the devil wolf king. And horrid stories were told about Aratat that have been passed down for generations. You know what I'm saying? But Aratat does not touch the lands until Tactius' generation. You know how you have in the Shire? You know how you have the Hobbit? You know how you have Middle Earth, and you have what? You have the Shire. The Hobbits pretty much are cut off from the outside world. But outside the Shire, you have Mordor. You have Isengard. You know what I'm saying? The ring race don't touch the Shire until what? Until Frodo, until they find out Frodo has a ring. Well, think something like that for Zanus. So to avoid a plot hole or contradiction, remember, Aratat and the wolves did not touch the lands for thousands of years until Tactius' generation, until Tactius is born. That's when he decides to touch the land. He decides to mark the lands. Ivan, what's a land marking? I don't want to spoil the story. You'll find out what land marking is. I don't want to spoil the story for you. You You see what I'm saying? You have to remember that. That way you don't get confused. Obviously. That way you don't get confused. And remember, Aratat is the king of the south, obviously, but he does not rule the humans. He does not rule the Southerns. He does not rule the humans. The humans have their own laws and their own customs, their own land, but he's the king of the south. You see what I'm saying? He is the king of that region. See what I'm saying? But Aratat knows the moment you cross the mountain regions, he's like, yeah, this is where the bats live. And Aratat knows Ephesus is the king. Yeah, if the bats are the king bat, he is the king of the mountains. Ephesus is the king bat of the mountains in the south. Aratat has a slightly higher power, obviously. He's the king of the whole south. But the moment you journey through the mountain territory, the western Gilead Mountains, the southern western Gilead Mountains in the south, you're now in Ephesus territory, and that's where you get all the mosquitoes biting the people and the jaguars, guarding the entrance of the ancient Gilead city. Think something like Moria for the ancient Gilead city. Remember how in Fellowship of the Ring, you have the hobbits and the other guys, they speak friend and enter. You know, so think something like that for the ancient Gilead city, and you have jaguars guarding the entrance, and Takism have to fight them. Yeah, man. In other words, the road to Xanius is dangerous for the Southerns. Hence why the Southerns are fear going to the north. And don't forget, the Northerns do not like the Southerns either. Don't forget that. The Northerns hate the Southerns, obviously, and the Southerns hate the Northerns too. They don't like each other, obviously. And Ivan, what's the safer path? The safer path is on the right through the area near Barak. That's the safer path, because it's not guaranteed you're going to spot a wolf, and it's not guaranteed the crows and the ravens will kill you if you take that path. But they can't kill you. If a wolf can wander, it's not the big fear of taking that path is the crows, the wild crows and ravens that can kill you if you pass through the Blood Valley. You also have Aratat spies who can kill you too. Whereas the wolves rarely linger in the Valley of Blood. No, they all live in Barak. But you could spot a wolf. But the main threat is the wild crows and the wild ravens. They can kill you, and you also have Aratat's crows if you take that path. But the more dangerous path is through the Western Gilead Mountains, because the Western Gilead Mountains, well, if you take that path, you have to go through the thousands of mosquitoes the size of your hand who will bite you. Think something like King Kong, those mutated insects. Yeah, something like that for what? And that's why Peter Jackson's perfect for Xanus, because he did King Kong too, and in King Kong you have remember those big insects? Well, think of somebody like that for the Curse of Western Gilead Mountains. You have these mosquitoes the size of your hand biting you, man. Yeah, the more dangerous path is through the southern Western Gilead Mountains, because the only way to get to the north through the southern Western Gilead Mountains is you have to pass through the ancient Gilead city, and that's where Ephesus and all them live. The way out of there, the way out of the ancient Gilead city is where Ephesus and his bats sleep. You have to go through there, and if he catches you, he'll kill you. As the bats hate the humans, man. The bats and the wolves have a huge hatred for the humans. And especially Tachys, because Tachys is special, obviously. That's why the bats and the wolves have a huge hatred for Tachys. See what I'm saying? And they hate the humans. Holy shit, I have any books on some asses. Yes. If you want to take the path through the Western Gilead Mountains, you have to go through the thousands of mosquitoes that all bite you. By the time you even reach the entrance, you'll be dead, because the mosquitoes will bite the shit out of you. And if you happen to make it through mosquitoes, which you won't, you have to make it through the jaguars that guard the entrance of the ancient Gilead city, because the south is cursed, obviously. And if you happen to get through the jaguars, you now have to what? You're gonna have to fight off Ephesus and his bats, which you will not win, as Ephesus is a trained fighter, and his bats are powerful. Obviously, you have to be trained like Tachys and Tacitonius and all to take on those guys. And you're gonna have to go there with an army of people if you want to get through the ancient Gilead city, because Ephesus has like a 700 bat army. And you can't fight all those 700 bats. Hence why you're what? The road to Xanus is dangerous, man. It's a dangerous path, man. The Saphians deliver the weapons to the Xanians, I don't know, every couple of years. I don't explain it in the book, but if you read it carefully, Cornelius talks to Tachys. He says, yeah, we deliver the weapons to what? For His Highness, obviously. And then, we deliver the weapons for His Highness, obviously. Every couple of years, the Saphians deliver the weapons to the Northerns, and then Queen Sarah and all of them pay them tribute, pay them. They pay Eli, and hence why Eli is so rich. He's loaded because he makes the weapons for Xanians. The Xanians pay him for it. That's why he's loaded. They pay him a lot of money for it. That's why Eli is loaded. I might have them do that in the book. I might have a scene where they drop off the weapons. You can add scenes. I can add those details in the book if you want, in the movie if you want. Whereas in the movie, in the book, there's no. I don't have any. The only detail you have is the beginning of the book where the blacksmith delivers the weapons to Zanus. Cornelius' father delivers Tactius' sword to the king of Zanus. That's the only delivery you have in the movie, but in the book. But in the movie, I might have a scene where they deliver the weapons. You can do that. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that for the movie. That's why Eli is so rich. Eli is loaded. I'm really saying this though. Even though Eli is rich, he's not as rich as Tactius. I don't know. Eli's net worth today is probably, I don't know, 30, 40, 50 million bucks. Around there. Tactius' wealth is like 100, 150 million, 200 million. Tactius is richer than Eli, you see what I'm saying? He's worth like, I don't know, $150 million in today's money. Eli is worth like $50 million in today's money. Eli is loaded, man. He has his huge house. He has guest rooms where Tactius and all them stay. I don't want to spoil the story for you. You know what I'm saying? He has a huge banquet hall. There's a scene when they have a huge feast. And there's a huge banquet hall. And there's a huge table that seats 100 guests. He has 100 guests in his house, man. He's loaded, man. Eli's loaded. And Lithia is his daughter. And she's spoiled, obviously. And Lithia and Belle live with Lithia. I don't explain their mothers or parents, no. But Lithia and Mary and Belle, they live with Lithia. In her house. Obviously, and they're obviously spoiled too. And Job was Eli's hired caretaker. He works for Eli, and Eli pays him a lot of money. You'll see in the book, Job was like, yeah, Eli pays me good wages to take care of things in his house, obviously. So Job is rich too because Eli pays him a rich salary, obviously. How rich is Job? I don't know. Job is probably, in today's worth, he's probably worth maybe, I don't know, 400,000 maybe, 500,000. Eli pays him a lot of money. He's rich. Cornelius is Eli's right-hand man. He is the captain of the blacksmiths. Hence why he's also rich too. And Cornelius also lives in Eli's house too. He sleeps there and all that stuff. All the Southerns that you'll meet in Volume 2 are all rich people. But they're not as rich as the Northerns. Remember that. Guys like Tacitonius, you know what I'm saying, Cassius, Tactius, Lithius, Meramis and all of them, they're all, Queen Sarah, they're all rich. Baramis are all rich people. They're Northerns. They're Zanians, they're Northerns. And they look down on Southerns. You'll see what I mean in Volume 2. Tacitonius and Tacitonius makes fun of Job and all that stuff. He mocks him and all that stuff. The Southerns they call them Southerns. They look down on them, obviously. So think about it. Job and all of them are smoking rich, obviously. And yet the moment Tactius, Tacitonius, you know what I'm saying, and Cassius and all of them meet them, they look down on them because they're richer than them. They have higher status than the Southerns, and the Southerns don't like the Northerns either. I'll show my camera up here.